back, relax, and maybe get yourself a snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hi guys, so I am here today on the first day of December to do my December TBR. So in the month of December I'm going home for Christmas, so I will have a lot more free time, which means that I am intending to get to a lot of big epic fantasy reads. I really want to read lots of books in December. I know I'm going to have the time, I know there's no excuse not to read, and I love reading anyway in winter. Got your cozy slippers and socks on and I'm just so excited. This month is going to be heavy on the fantasy, very, very heavy on the fantasy, which I think is going to be pretty fun. So I have quite a lot of books that I need to get through, and one of those books is also a co-read, so that's really exciting. Let's get started! So I'm already reading a few books this month, which I've already spoken about in my November wrap-up, but I will very quickly show you guys what they are. At the moment I'm currently reading Theft of Swords, which is by Michael J. Sullivan, and this is a bind-up edition of The Crown Conspiracy, which I've already read and loved, and Aben Partha, which I'm currently reading. I'm going to review them together and I'm loving this so far. Hopefully I'll finish this up in the next few days, so watch out for that review. The next book that I'm already reading is Promise of Blood, which is by Brian McClellan. This book is a flintlock fantasy and it's one of the first ones that I've ever read. I'm really, really enjoying it so far. I'm about 20% of the way through and so far it's great. I'm loving it. I'm very, very excited to see how this all goes. If I finish this up in the month of December and love it, I may well continue with the Crimson Campaign, which is the second one in the series, and we'll see, but hopefully I'll definitely finish the first one up. I'm so loving it. The idea is great and it's just really, really fun so far. The next one that I'm currently listening to on audiobook is The Path of Daggers, which is book number 8 in the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan, and I'm really enjoying this. Egwene has got crazy cool in this book. I love her character and she is amazing, so this is great. I'm really enjoying this. Hopefully I will finish this up very, very soon because I'm about 65% of the way through and I'm loving it, and I hope that I will be able to read book number 9 also in the month of December. We shall see if I get the time. Moving on to the books that I haven't started yet, but I would like to get to if I have the time. The first one is one that I'm very much hoping to do as a co-read with Charlotte from Charfreyers. We've both had this book on our shelves for absolutely ages. I don't have the physical edition with me because it is at home, but I will put a photo in, and when I am back home I will be reading the physical edition, and that is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. I'm really looking forward to this. I've heard very, very positive reviews from all different booktubers and reviewers. I don't really know what it's about, if I'm honest. I just bought it mainly because of the cover. The second book I think has recently come out, or is due to come out very soon, called The Mime Order, and I'm very intrigued by that one. The cover of that one is even more beautiful than The Bone Season, so I'm really excited by this series. I've heard amazing things and I definitely want to give this a go. It should be really, really fun. Hopefully Charlotte and I will be able to sort out some sort of system where we can chat about it and do a co-read together. So I'm excited for that book and I feel like now is the time to get it done, see what it's all about, and yeah, sounds really fun. The next books that I want to read, some of them were on my TBR for November but I didn't quite get to them. One of those is the second one in the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb. This one is Royal Assassin. I didn't get around to reading this in the month of November as I wanted to. It has been on my TBR for a few months in a row now, and I'm really, really excited by this. I very much loved the first one and I want to find out how the story continues because I really enjoyed it and I really think it's going to be great. I just need to find the time to sit down with this book because it is quite a big one and the writing is pretty small. If I then finish this one, I would like to go on to this one, which is the third one in the series, which is Assassin's Quest, and then I will have completed this trilogy, which would be amazing because I want to get some trilogies and series finished up this month. I'm very much aiming to finish things up as I go because I have a problem where I start reading a million different series and I never finish any. So I want to finish these up so I can say I've done that series, it's off the list, and I can start something new without feeling guilty. So yeah, these books I would love to get to, and so many of you guys have said they're amazing, so I need to read them. Next, another book that was on my TBR for November is The Rose Crown, which is by J.D. Oswald. This is the second book in the Ballad of Sir Benfro series, and I read the first one, which is called Dreamwalker, a while ago. Really, really enjoyed it. Thought it was a very, very nice, interesting start to a series. The covers of these books are stunning, I love them, and I just want to see how the story goes on. So I really want to get to this. It's not that long. It's only about 450 pages, which isn't too bad because the writing is a good regular size. So if I do manage to finish this up, I would like to go on to the next one in that series, which is The Golden Cage. Again, this is by J.D. Oswald, and I really want to find out what happens with the series. I love the covers. They are so cool. It's all about dragons, which is great because dragons are one of my favourite things, and I am just really hoping that the series picks up and goes crazy and fun and wild, because the first book was hinting at lots of stuff to come. So we shall see. The next books that I have are ones that I've been meaning to read for quite a while but haven't got around to yet, and those are the last three in the Codex Alleria series by Jim Butcher, Captain's Fury, Princeps Fury, and finally First Lord's Fury. These books I have been meaning to get to for a long time. I read the first three in quick succession and I loved them all, and I really want to continue on with this series and finish it up and find out how everything happens and what goes on with all of the characters in this series, because I very much love this series. It's a very fast-paced fantasy read, easy to get through, so I don't know why I haven't picked these up sooner, but I definitely want to give them a try and get to them very soon. So hopefully this will be happening in the month of December, we shall see. And the final two books that I have, maybe I will get around to these. I don't know if everything I've already said is going to be too much. I would love to get around to these books because I have had them for quite a while. I don't know anything about them, and I want to know what they're all about. And those are the first two books in the Sword of Shadows series by J.V. Jones. I haven't heard much about this series. I don't know anyone who's recommended it to me. A few people, when I mentioned these in a book haul, said that they had heard of it, but they didn't really know much about it. So if anyone knows anything about this series, if you have read it and you really enjoyed it or you hated it, I'd love to know. But I'm really excited for these because they're just a fantasy series that is quite long and epic, but I haven't heard anything about, so I want to know what it's all about. The first one is called A Cavern of Black Ice, and the second one is A Fortress of Grey Ice. So they both sound cool. The covers are really beautifully illustrated. The images on them are stunning. I don't know how well you guys can see them, but hopefully if I can put a picture up you'll be able to see it well enough. I'm really excited by this. I'm really excited by a heavy fantasy hardcore month. I don't know how everything's going to go. I don't know which books I'm going to start with. I don't know if I'll get to all of them because that is a huge amount of reading to get through in 1 month, especially with the hectic craziness when it gets towards Christmas. I will definitely have time for reading, so I'm hoping to at least finish up a couple of the series I mentioned. I may also pick and choose when I get back home because, of course, I haven't been with my bookshelf in a couple of months and I can't really remember everything I have on there, so I've not included any of the stuff on my bookshelf at home except for the bone season. So if I do go home and something else takes my attention, I probably will pick that up, but I will let you guys know when I finish a series or a book and I will review them, so just keep a watch on my channel and you will see whatever I've been reading. Also, if you're not friends with me on Goodreads, I update Goodreads constantly. I'm quite addicted to that website, so if you do want to go on my channel and connect with me through Goodreads, then feel free. I love chatting to people on Goodreads as well, and that way you can see whatever I am currently reading. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great Christmassy December month. I'm very excited myself and I'm sure all of you guys are too. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of the books that I've mentioned or if you are planning on reading any of them. I would love to hear what you guys are going to be picking up in the month of December, and I will see you all very soon in my next video. Bye! Me and you gonna have a little